Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to JoyNews Today. We're live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, across all our social media handles. We're JoyNews on TV. Coming up, Dr. Opoku Prempeh vows to canvass 85% of votes in the Ashanti region for the governing New Patriotic Party as he touts the achievement of the NPP, insisting no president in the Fourth Republic has performed better than President Akufo-Addo.
President Minister can say I deal with fear. Yes, I deal with fear. I deal with fear. 85%.
We'll analyze his first speech after his grand unveiling yesterday in Kumasi. Also, Laptop Investment Holders Forum pickets the Finance Ministry for the 6th consecutive week, demanding the release of their locked-up funds at NDK Finance and 3 other deposit-taking institutions after petitioning Parliament to intervene on their behalf for its inclusion in the media budget review.
Well, we haven't received any information from the ministry, but we have petitioned Parliament, so we are working on that with Parliament.
And later in the bulletin, teachers in the Ashanti region banned from entering BEC centers. We'll hear from the Ashanti regional head of the WAEC, West African Examination Council, who says that this is as part of efforts to curb examination malpractice. Thanks for choosing us. We'll be back with details. Teachers and parents have been barred from going close to examination centers or entering the examination room as part of strategies to curtail malpractices in the ongoing basic education certificate examination. The Ashanti regional head of the West African Examination Council, Divine Walayon, observed several instances of teachers and parents attempting to feed students with answers. He spoke to Love FM.
So far, we've recorded minimal incidents where in some pockets around some parts of the country we have 2,123 centers, and out of these centers over 19,000 schools are participating. So therefore, when there are isolated incidents of malpractice, whilst we take steps to nip that in the bud, we must also appreciate the many thousands of centers that are conducting themselves well. However, we have measures in place to fish out those few who may engage in any examination malfeasance and misconduct. So far, some 4 to 6 arrests have been made, and that goes to demonstrate that if you're an invigilator and you don't follow the rules, you want to detect answers or assist your candidates in any way, you'll be found out, you'll be prosecuted, and you'll be named and shamed. And therefore, for all those cases, about 6 cases that I'm aware that have been reported so far across 2,123 centers, action has been taken. The security officials have assisted, they have been arrested, and they are pending prosecution. So that must serve as deterrence to anyone who potentially may be contemplating the idea of conniving, colluding, or engaging in malfeasance.
The minister made these comments during a visit to examination centers at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Senior High School. 19,000 schools are participating in the basic education certificate examination across the country. The Deputy Minister of Education describes the 2024 BECE as the most peaceful and is hopeful that this will prevail throughout the examination.
The students are poised to write. They don't need anybody's help. They want to write what they can remember. They want to express their thoughts, and so no invigilator is expected to interfere in the future of the child in that respect. But so far, we must commend the thousands of invigilators who have so conducted themselves so well. This year's examination is one of the best we are witnessing, and therefore we must commend the Education Service, WAEC, Ghana Police Service, National Investigation Bureau, and all agencies who have supported the Ministry of Education in putting up this successful examination. On National Science and Maths quiz.
Reporting for Joy News, my name is Clinton Yeboah.
Let's do some politics now. Dr. Opoku Prempeh has vowed to canvass 85% of votes in the Ashanti region for the governing New Patriotic Party as he touts the achievement of the NPP, insisting no president in the Fourth Republic has performed better than President Akufo-Addo. Dr. Opoku Prempeh, who was officially outdoored as the running mate to the governing New Patriotic Party's flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, asked Ghanaians to honor President Akufo-Addo's leadership by supporting the NPP at the polls. There's more in this report.
The atmosphere was electric at the Menchia Palace, where thousands of enthusiastic party supporters gathered to witness the formal presentation of Dr. Opoku Prempeh to the Asante Region. President Akufo-Addo formally introduced the NPP's flag bearer and running mate for the December 7 polls to Otumfuo Tutu II.
Ghana mra ye dia chichiro omai echire se Ghana ni bia befro kunya kese no a utumi phone premier no na ubreso a esise obi no ba be she wa na ewu ebi no manya kwa antu na phone mienu ebi no phone ba ko pe I don't know, that's what you want, yeah, pretty, and then answer, and MPP, National Council, Ecoshia, Tiababi, Tiafi, Bawumia, and say, hi.
Some people had the chance to be president once, and others, including myself, also served twice. Bawumia didn't go anywhere to select his running mate, but the Ashanti region, and it is your son, Napo. I have worked with Napo and Bawumia, and I know they can do a good job for the country.
Wow, fear. I fear. Hello, Unana. I got a fourth-year friend with Napo. I am receiving Johnny. I'm a Messiah South. Minister so ever my ben or no and I National Council.
After the formal introduction, the Asante Region urged Napo to preserve his characteristic modesty while collaborating closely with Dr. Bawumia.
Midday makasa chen wo dem metunufo nanzo ma men kan chao ma Dr. Bawumia nunu ho se wo yi wo emane nunu ho se wo yi wo wo koya no koya sumpa ne dinachi na de obekire wo na wo so ye.
Don't let Bawumia regret his decision on selecting you as his running mate. Go and humble yourself to Bawumia. You are not arrogant, so don't let what people say about you be true.
Na ubanso anyame tuminti ubedi akire na bibia ya bompa ya akire na de nyame ahihye ayeho amaye.
The unveiling of Dr. Bawumia's running mate took place at the Kumasi Jubilee Park, where thousands of party supporters gathered. According to Dr. Bawumia, his decision to select Dr. Opoku Prempeh is to bring bold solutions to help the nation.
Midday, me academic, me banker, and me government mo as vice president. Me fisher obia obeba buami with experience from the legislative branch. Now mami complementarity.
As a banker and economist, I needed someone from the legislative side to complement the ticket. I share the same vision with Napo. He's a problem solver and he can help me transform the country.
Ashanti Region, na ebeto Dr. Opoku Prempeh, aka Napo.
Dr. Opoku Prempeh believes the NPP is the best party to help develop the country. For him, the legacies of President Akufo-Addo are unmatched since independence.
President Akufo-Addo anniversary was a free side Ghana from 1957. Ebekane, yenya president bia wabua Ghana China na do da kwakufuado. Messi a free 1957. Bekane, mo form Kwame Nkrumah no, mo form.
Nobody comes close to President Akufo-Addo in terms of achievements, not even your Kwame Nkrumah.
China na do da Akufo-Addo. Me can say. Ya di Jawa. Near the Oswald, and yet no credit, said do so Ghana. Eh, Bob, dear, you do my CS. Yeah, you do my CS. What's the baby now? Can you do my? And you say a paddy prep, so be the no. Young person with 2% to Ashanti Region. Which President Minister Cow said, I deal with fear. Yes, I deal with fear. I deal with fear. 85%.
The MPP is beginning its constituency campaign with Dr. Bawumia touring the northern region. For Joy News, Nana Boache Dankwe Yadom, Kumasi.
Well, Professor Kobe Mensah, political marketing expert at the University of Ghana Business School, was hit hard at NAPO's campaign team, insisting his posture during his first speech failed to disabuse the minds of Ghanaians that he is indeed not rude.
I mean, you don't come across as, a very credible candidate, when you start your speech by such a propagandist position. I mean, you want to actually demonstrate credence. You want to demonstrate the ability to appreciate, national issues. For you to go on that tangent, I mean, you can do so when you were, maybe you'll be forgiven when you were, a parliamentary candidate or even when you're a minister. But when you assume a position of a presidential ticket, a running mate or a flag bearer, it is a very solemn and a very high stake in the position that no matter how propagandist you want to be, people want you also to come close to reality. I mean, for you to be able to make such a bold propaganda statement like this, people will not take you serious. The only people who take you serious are the very activists that perhaps you want to actually, rally around. No rational human being in this country would think that you are actually saying the truth. Nobody would, in their right frame of mind, unless, of course, they don't understand the political history of this country. Even the very place that you're actually speaking, are part of the Nkrumah's, deliverables. The very most of the amenities, most of the infrastructure in this country, even young people know that this is the man who actually did that. So for you to go as far as, making such a comparison with the president that majority of the Ghanaians are saying he has undelivered, and to say that he trumps a globally iconic, presidential character like Nkrumah, nobody takes you serious. And I think that it goes to emphasize the personality that people have been complaining about. You have a challenging personality. And when you got the opportunity to prove people wrong, when especially you have been advised by the eminent chief to say, go out there and prove people wrong, because that's not what you are. You just came to do otherwise in a few moments. So I think that it was a very unfortunate statement. I would rather I would rather apologize if it was my end. I mean, if I had actually done that, I would apologize so that in the history books, it would be that you said this, but you came to apologize because it was the spur of the moment. You were overwhelmed by emotions, which, of course, leadership, leadership experts will tell you that, emotional intelligence is one of the traits of a leader.
But should NAPO render an apology? That's a question we're asking you. You can share your thoughts with us on our social media handles. We are JoyNews on TV. Meanwhile, Farouk Aliu Mahama, MP for Yendi and son of a former vice president, has also been sharing his thoughts about NAPO's speech.
Spoke well about President Akufo-Addo, and indeed that is the true fact that President Akufo-Addo has done well. But I'm also privileged to say that my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, Mori Gala, was MP for Social, Minister for Trade, and Ghana's Minister for Foreign Affairs, and worked tirelessly with President Nkrumah under the Nkrumah regime. Successive governments have come and passed. Nkrumah did his best for the country. Same way, successive governments have come to do their best. And I think that Napo, as a government appointee and a cabinet minister, thought that it is President Akufo-Addo, and indeed I support that assertion that President Akufo-Addo has done, but a comparative aspect of what it is what I want to not comment on, because I believe all governments have done their part from the First Republic to the Fourth Republic. It is indeed a growth in what we've done, because it's just like having your son. And for instance, my late father was the first Muslim vice president in the MPP. Today he's no more. I'm an MP, and I believe that my dad's wish to see me become greater than him. So if President Nkrumah really laid the foundation for this country through the First Republic, and President Akufo and my late father and Vice President Bawumia and Nana Akufo-Addo have performed better than them, it is natural, and it will be the wish of every father to see his son achieve greater than him. So, and also if you look at the advice and expectation, that in total was a very candid in expression and advice our brother Napo that he should be able to humble himself to everybody. And I don't think Napo is arrogant. I just see him to be very assertive. And when he's a free-minded person, when you do something, he's somebody who can just approach you and let you understand. So if by that way people see him, that I don't seem to be that way. And Otumfuo himself accepted that his grandson is an arrogant person. But everybody has a different eye and a thought. And I believe that all in all, Napo is somebody who is more versed and more ready to take over the mantle.
Away from politics, the Locked-Up Investment Holders Forum is picketing the Finance Ministry for the 6th consecutive week in demand for their locked-up funds at NDK Finance and 3 other deposit-taking institutions. The group has persistently requested an audience with the Finance Minister or his deputies to express their grievances with no success. The group is yet to receive a response from Parliament after petitioning the House of Legislature to intervene on their behalf and ensure the government includes their funds in the mid-year budget review. Dr. Edouard Naninchi is lead convener of the group.
Well, we haven't received any information from the ministry, but we have petitioned Parliament. So we are working on that with Parliament to see what Parliament will come out with.
Are you expecting anything positive when you get to the Finance Ministry today?
See, sometimes before you realize, other people are also talking to them, especially where you have sent all your petition. The petition that we sent to Parliament, we have sent copies to Council of States, National Muslim Council, Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, Christian Council, National House of Chiefs, Peace Council, and then all the other key governance institutions has been copied. So we know they will also be working,
Have you had any response from any of them?
No, we haven't had any response from them yet.
My colleague Kenneth Jesse joined the protesters. He joins us live with more. Kenneth, it's been 6 weeks. Do they plan on backing down anytime soon?
Well, Christina, no, they don't. As they vowed to continue to picket until November, they'll go on break and then resume next year if they do not get any response. And then the bit about the Parliament. Now they say they're taking 2 of 5 deposit institutions out the petition to Parliament because they have been secured by these 2 institutions, that is SIC Life, Use and Loans, and SBC Financial Services, that they are owed by government. So if government releases funds to them today, we'll be ready to pay them. Now, when they go to the Finance Ministry, they did not have anybody coming out to meet them to take any questions or petitions from them. So they dispersed after 12 p.m. and they're vowed to return next week, Wednesday, until their demands are met.
Thank you, Kenneth Jesse. Let's head now to Parliament, where the minority is this afternoon on a collision course with government over plans to recruit 11,000 persons into the security services. The NDC MPs say their opposition to this drive is because of the opaque nature of the recruitment. They're demanding that government properly advertise the recruitment so all eligible Ghanaians can apply. Deputy Minority Leader Emmanuel Amakofibwa and Ranking Member on the Defense and Interior Committee James Agaga say there will be massive protests around the country if government does not reverse this course.
Asking the Minister of Interior to stop the current planned 11,000 recruitment, this opaque secret recruitment, so-called backlog recruitment, and open the process up and allow the people of Ghana to go through the normal processes. That's what we are calling for. The Minister of Interior, the minority leader, dared him. We never got anything back. So please, we are very serious about what we are talking about. And we are not speaking for ourselves.
The attempt to recruit from the so-called backlog is illegal, it's unconstitutional, it is discriminatory, and ought not to be pursued. Can you just imagine? You want to recruit MPP tax, MPP goons alone into our security services. What would become of those personnel? They would simply, constitute tax masquerading as security personnel. The outcomes would be that 2020 elections would be marred with violence like we saw in the 2024 elections. It's going to be marred with violence like we saw in the 2020 elections. If they really want to recruit, we expect them to advertise. The publication in this newspaper does not amount to an advert, because an advertisement must contain a clear-cut eligibility criteria. What is your height, your age, your health status, etc., etc. It's usually contained in an advert for recruitment. This is not an advert for recruitment. That is the point the leaders sought to make.
Now let's take you live to Parliament and get some details on what is happening in the House. My colleague Kweku Asante is our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent. He joins us live with more. Kweku, we understand that power has been out in Parliament since morning. How has this affected work?
Well, so the electricity supply has been cut off in Parliament. Now we understand the technicians are working to fix the situation. In fact, as you can see, that the lights are back for the past few minutes because the generating plant has been put on, and whether or not that is sustainable to keep the house afloat is something that they are unable to confirm because the power situation has been going on and off since morning. In fact, the chamber has been off for at most 4 hours now, but the generating plants are on now, and the expectation is that they can carry the house through business. We understand it is doomsday generally. We understand it's because Parliament has been cut off the national grid, not because they owe anything, but simply because of the power situation, which is being fixed by.
Kweku, you'd have to position rightly for me so that I can hear you. We seem to have lost you. Now, we're just getting updates on how business on the House is ongoing. The minority are raising concerns about security agency recruitment. They are threatening to storm the streets if that does not happen. Kweku, do I have you back now? Unfortunately, we've lost him. Let's do some other stories now. In an all-boys academic smackdown for supremacy, Kumasi High School has lifted their first regional trophy of the Gold PLC National Science and Maths Quiz in the Ashanti region, qualifying to the grand finale as top runner in the competition. There's more in this report.
The atmosphere ahead of the grand finale was charged with anthems from the three schools. First, the two rivals, Prempeh College and Opoku School. Then, the Mrantia from Kumasi High School. This was in anticipation of a win for all the 3 schools. But as the contest started and progressed, it became clearer the winners for the contest. Kumasi High School dominated in all the rounds of the contest to clinch the ultimate title.
In finance, I was half a farthing. In religion, I was the most a widow once gave. Yes, Kumasi High.
Might.
That is correct.
And so this is what you would term as a double blessing for the boys from Kumasi High School. They have won the National Science and Math Quiz Ashanti Regional Edition, and also they won the regional debates. In a year they are celebrating their 60th anniversary. Say now, you people can speak English because you've won the debates, and now you are Brella in a science. How do you feel?
Actually, I don't even know what to say. I'm so enthusiastic. I just feel so happy. I don't know what to say. I can't even express my feeling at the moment. Let's come and talk.
Really, actually, let me find out. Your brother says he can't talk, but how do you feel?
Well, I feel very good. Like, we've worked so hard. Many years we've been struggling to clinch the trophy, but today the Lord has made it for us. So like, it's a nice experience.
Today, the Santase Tigers have been tamed. The Sofoline Lions have been domesticated. Yes. And we use the formula of potassium hydrogen sulfide to subdue them. So this is just the beginning. When we get the finals, it will be crossfire. Any school that crosses us, we are going to crash them.
This year the motto is we are winning everything. Yes. This is our 60th anniversary. Yes. We are winning everything. We are going to the nationals and we are winning everything. Yes. This one, we were just training. This one is just a friendly match. Yes. This is it's a down ball, right? It's a down ball. It's an easy win. Yes. Simple.
Before the contest, we heard Stephen in the Bible. Did you hear that he was stoned? And right now he's stoned. Stephen is stoned.
I told the OGs that we are going to do them as they did to us last 2 years, and we've done it with God. We won this for Dr. Yao Asai Editu. They did a very good job. Like, they made us the OGs proud. Long live Kumasi High School.
They are hoping to come into the national championship and make it a treble. That's what they call it. They are winning the regional championship, also the national championship. Already they've won the regional debates as well, and they are hoping that this year is their year because it's their 60th anniversary. Emrantie, action! Emrantie, action! Emrantie, action! They say, aha. Kumasi. Reporting for JoyNews, my name is Emmanuel Bransquaken.
You're watching JoyNews Today. We'll be back with details in sports, business, and showbiz. To stay tuned. Welcome to the business segment on JoyNews Today with me, Emma Davis. Inflation for the month of June has declined marginally to 22.8%. This represents a drop of 0.3 percentage points from that of the month of May, which was at 23.1%. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, food inflation increased to hit 24%, while non-food inflation decreased to 21.6%. Now, the New York-based firm Moody's Ratings has issued a statement indicating that it has completed a periodic review of Ghana's ratings, including its long-term issuer ratings of
CAA3 for local currency, and CA for foreign currency. The following report has more.
These ratings, Moody's said, reflect the government's ongoing debt restructuring under the G20 Common Framework initiated in December 2022. It further said that the restructuring of local currency debt, excluding treasury bills, was completed in 2023. It added that the restructuring of foreign currency debt, which constitute nearly half of Ghana's total debt, has progressed significantly following an announcement in June 2024 regarding a memorandum of understanding of official sector debt and an agreement in principle with bondholders. It continued that, upon completion of the restructuring, all ratings are likely to be aligned at a higher level, albeit within the CAA rating category, given the liquidity constraint typically following a default event.
Director of Environment at the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Peter Derry, is calling for foreign direct investment and private sector funding to aid in the implementation of projects aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions. At the launch of the Nationally Determined Contribution Revision process, Dr. Peter Derry said financing is crucial in helping various sectors of the economy to contribute towards reducing greenhouse gas emissions.
The revision of the nationally determined contribution is aimed at laying the foundation for Ghana's long-term low-carbon and climate-resilient development. This revision will also address policy, technology, and financial gaps in the fight against climate change. In an interview with Joy Business, Director of Environment at the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology, and Innovation, Dr. Peter Derry, called for an increase in public and private sector funding to undertake projects that will reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
If you look at the cocoa forest sector, emission reductions, create emission reductions to the extent that we are even getting money from carbon that we have traded with the support of the World Bank. Okay, so these are critical. Then when you come to the energy sector, you will see that we have increased the amount of renewable energy in our energy mix. If you look at the Navrongo and the Kalio and Laura solar projects that have been created. These are huge investments in the area of renewable energy. Yes, a few challenges. The first thing I always say is funding. Because these projects, we need money to be able to do that. So we have to continue to work to make sure that we attract the needed funding through foreign direct investments, and also at the national level, how we can mobilize both public and private sector funding to implement these projects.
Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Ophelia Mensah-Hayford, pledged government's commitment to enhancing growth through the determination of climate action benefits for Ghanaians.
Ghana has therefore decided to revise its 2021 nationally determined contributions accordingly. This revised NDC will transparently present robust adaptation and ambitious mitigation actions to the following: develop and update the 2030 target to 2035 in line with the common time frame, overcome barriers to NDC implementation, ensure alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals, and lay a foundation for Ghana's long-term low-carbon and climate-resilient development. Determine climate action benefits for Ghanaians, including job creation, economic growth, pollution reduction, improved health, and secure, affordable, clean energy for all.
Governmental bodies, civil society organizations, academia, and the private sector players were urged to collaborate and ensure a successful completion of the nationally determined contribution revision exercise.
That'll be all for business. I am Emma Davis, but for more news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. JN Today continues. Please stay.
Time now to bring you sports on Joy News Today with me, Muftao Nabila Abla. The youth of Axim have issued a 2-week ultimatum to the government to complete the multi-purpose youth resource center, which has since been left to rot. The youth, clad in red and black, marched to the site of the project, demanding immediate action to ensure that the facility is made available to the community. There's more in this report by my colleague, Razak Musbao.
During a visit to the facility by the Chief Executive Officer of the National Youth Authority, Pius Midday, in March 2023, the project, which was 95% complete at the time, was due to be commissioned in April of same year. About a year later, beautiful edifice is still unused. Facility is now overgrown with weeds, with the field, seating areas and other facilities in complete disrepair. In view of this unfortunate development, the youth of Axim on Monday marched to the facility clad in red and black, protesting the delay in completing the project. Speaking during the demonstration, leader of the Axim Youth Group, Jonas Kwabute, called for immediate action to prevent the facility from further decay and make it available for use by the community.
Honorable Padrans and all past leaders of the country will be happy to see the youth of the town rising to protest the abandonment of the stadium. When you enter the facility, you will see the decay taking place. The seats and all other facilities are rotting away. We don't have anywhere for our Sunday sports activities. We are praying that the government to come and finish the facility and hand over to us for use. My youth parliamentary canon, as a speaker, I'm making a habit make another beer, Yale Kade, Abano, Onya Master, no so stadium no all said.
Receiving the petition on behalf of government, MCE of the area, Eric Essien, assured their concerns will be addressed.
Wherever I have to send this petition to ensure that all the concerns are addressed, I will do so. I am begging everyone to be calm and assure them once again that action will be taken.
With some 18 million cedis spent on the project, the Axim Resource Center is expected to include a FIFA standard pitch, a mini stadium which will seat 5,000 people, an 8-lane athletics track, a multi-purpose sports hall which will have a tennis and volleyball court, handball and lawn tennis court, as well as a court for basketball.
Good afternoon, you're welcome to the Showbiz segment with me, Jacqueline and Suma Yopwa. Now, to our first story, copyright over the last few months in the music industry in Ghana has been up for debate, while the Creative Arts Agency of Ghana, backed by the French Embassy, is set to tackle copyright and music publishing issues head-on.
Copyright disputes have been hitting a sour note in Ghana's music scene recently, with the likes of producer Kwame Miki and Team Eternity at the center of heated debate. To address these challenges and help musicians better understand their right, the Creative Arts Agency has launched an initiative called Play It Right, under the theme Empowering Ghanaian Artists in the Music Copyright Landscape. The agency is organizing a series of creative sessions focused on music rights. This initiative aims to professionalize and expand the music industry in Ghana, ensuring artists can protect their creations.
It is indicating those who own the rights, of that creative material. You don't have the right to copy, or the right to copy belongs to, in literal terms, those who have been indicated on the case.
Deputy CEO of the Creative Arts Agency, Frank Kapna-Owusu, urges musicians to seize this opportunity.
In this case, it is not being collected in US, France, or UK. It is being collected globally by an international standard prescribed music publisher sitting in Ghana.
Okay.
So that the work is not missing. Or when you are receiving the income, some tax is not slapped on it overseas for you to get some 30% and somebody gets 70% overseas. You actually earn decent income here for the works that you create.
Okay.
It's an all-inclusive conversation solved. So that tax element and stuff will also be tackled.
With the Play It Right initiative, Ghana's music industry is set to amplify its understanding of copyright and publishing, ensuring artists can safeguard their work and strike a harmonious balance in their music career.
Well, that's a wrap for the show. This segment with me, Jacqueline and Suma Yeboah.
Well, thank you for making time to join us here on JoyNews Today. For more news, please log on to myjoyonline.com. Some top stories there. Napo must retract and apologize for denigrating Kwame Nkrumah. That is coming from Ama Kofi Bua. My name is Faustina Safo. Have a pleasant day as you enjoy the rest of our programs.